Sorry, I can tell I'm rushing. It's just like my golf swing when I'm rushing things, it does not go well. And so I'm trying to hustle for you, but I need to remember to balance and still explain things pretty clearly. So we were finishing off with this little statement where we're going to catch the error, and then we can just have a little entry console.error, and then error adding a project so we can see that error, what happened and what the error was, and we'll throw in the error message there. Okay, and then we've got some issue that I keep having with these dang braces. So this try ends there, catch there. This brace goes with this brace. Where is this brace? Oh no, that brace is there. So is this wrong? Let's see. Okay. There we go. I had an extra brace on the end. It doesn't recognize promise. Oh, we don't have a return statement. Yeah, we do have a return statement. What? Return await response JSON. Before the catch. Oh, this one. Throw error. Okay, are we good? We're good. I just was missing that little throw error. Okay, so we've built now, we built in the controller the ability to go access and up or add the project, right? And now we've built in our React API side to make this API call, this add project that we can now use in our actual wherever we're trying to add the project from. So the actual form in our case. And so I'm going to jump back to the form that we had. And so if I go back to the new project form, then we can build in here a couple methods to take care of this. So below here, before we return, I'm going to create another const. And this is just going to be to handle any change that's made. So handle change equals, and this is going to fall into the category, I'll just type it out. React change event, HTML input element, and then I'll talk more about what we're doing once we get it built. I know that's not necessarily the preferred way of doing it, but I think sometimes that's a little bit easier. So then in here, as we handle the change, we're going to set the form data, which is this state variable here we're using, right? So set form data, and we're going to set it equal to whatever was already in form data plus the e dot, so this will go in brackets, e dot target name with the e dot target value. So you picture which, in this case we're making it generic enough, which input box was it that's making the call. So we're going to go grab the name of that and then grab the target value, what was typed in, and add that to the form data. And then we're going to create another const, and that needs a semicolon at the end. We'll create another const called handle submit that is equal to an asynchronous call. What we receive is just an E that is a react.form event. So these are pre-built things that are built in there as we handle and get stuff from our input boxes, right? And then we call e.prevent default, opening closing parenthesis, await, and then we're going to call our add project, and we're going to pass to it the form data. And then how do we know whether we're successful or not in this call? And so in here, as we're building this new project form, so this is just another way of doing this. We can create a little interface called new project form props. So these are the properties for the new project form. And we're just going to have two. One is on success that will just return a void. So this is a function that just return a void. And then we can have it on cancel. And we'll use these in a minute if the user cancels. Again, arrow function, void. And then when we create a new instance of a project, we can have these things passed into us. So on success and on cancel. We'll watch all this work in a minute. Again, some of this is easier just to type it out and then explain it later. All right, and those are, I should have put in here, we close that brace, but then we have a colon and say that these are new project form props, so it knows that it's talking about this interface. That's the type of data that's going to be coming in. Well, now that we've got that in place, then back down to our handle submit. At that point, I can call on success, meaning that we got the data. All right, so the handle change method, let's walk through this a little bit now that we've got it typed out. The handle change method is going to update the form state as the user types each field. So as they go from field to field, it detects that there's a change. It goes and updates our form data that we've created. It goes and updates it with the whatever the target name is and the target value, and we're going to go update those in a second. The handle submit actually processes the form submission, and prevent default stops the website from reloading. So normally when you click submit on a button on a form, it refreshes the page. This is saying go out to that form and prevent the default of refreshing. And now that we have those set, we can go in and for these individual elements and make sure we have them set up right with their appropriate thing they go with. So for example, in the project name, the name of this input box is going to be project name, and that has to match exactly what's in our type. Sorry, I'm jumping around here. Here it is. Our type, it has to match exactly this information, because that's what we're doing, is we're building an object that we're going to pass in a moment. And so we say this name is project name, and for the on change event, we want to call, sorry, let me back up just a second. The name is project name. The value is equal to form data dot project name. Okay, the form data is there. This is what it looks like. It's a project. We're going into that form data and setting the project name there, and then the on change is going to be what? Well, we're going to call the handle change function that we just created. So we're going to call this handle change to go put that information into the object. And then we need to do that for every single one of our entries. So for this one, we go in and say the same thing. So the name is going to be equal to, in this case, project type. And the value that's in there is going to be equal to the form data dot project type. And then the on change event is going to be equal to the handle change, so that all of these things are using that same function to go grab which box was it, what was the name of it. So go get the name, right? The name we're assigning. And then go get the value, and the value for project type is form data dot project type. And so we need to go through and do that for each of these. We are running out of time. Maybe what I'll do is I think I will type these out and then just have you type it in the interest of time. So we'll do that in the next video. Spencer out.